What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to unbox the brand new Spider-Man premium format by Sideshow. We asked the guys in the live chat this morning, which one should we do first, Spider-Man or the Fastball Special quarter scale diorama Colossus and Wolverine? And I saw more comments that said Spider-Man, so who am I to argue? Spider-Man, if I'm honest, is my favorite character. My favorite comic book character, quarter scale statue. We got number 13 out of 1,250, so we are low on the ES. Total edition size pretty low, and I don't believe any exclusive, just this standard version. And speaking of dioramas, kind of a diorama within itself, Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six, but the Sinister Six are made out of this cloud-like Mysterio type of power. Anyway, we'll get to it. Let's get it out the shipper first, take a look at the art box, and take it from there. Whew. Finally got the art box out of the brown shipper. And yeah, it's got the same kind of Mysterio green cloud all around it with his rogues in the smoke or the mist, as you can see. This is the same design of the statue. It gave me that Mark Bagley look. Spider-Man at the top. All right, so 2 layers, no tape, just the straps. It looks like this is here to stay, whatever factory this is coming from, but I really like the presentation. Let's remove the quality control sticker and take off these straps. Go get the strap. Here we have layer 1. It looks like I can see the body here. One of these pieces of mist. Okay, and it looks like we have one of the fists coming out of the mist. Gorillas in the mist. But you have that greenish tone on the inside, that darker kind of bluish gray on the outside. Next hand is Spidey's hand. I like how it's kind of contorted here. Very good detail on the sculpt, on the fingers and the knuckles. The kind of bones you can see through the costume. Great paint job with the reds going from the lights to the darks. You got the webbing in the hand. Okay. Let's keep it moving. Another mist hand here, kind of like a, I don't know, monstrous type of pose. Then we have what looks like a much larger left hand from the Sinister Six, the mist. All right, first portrait. And I'm like, is this Kraven the Hunter? I guess this is Kraven, right? I mean, who else could it be unless I'm tripping? But yeah, greenish, bluish, gray type of paint tone. Very cool. I'm sure it'll all come together when the mist forms. We'll take a look at this bigger piece of mist, and it has these little square pieces of styrofoam to protect it during shipping. All right, so what are we looking at here? Okay, so this looks like it's going to go toward maybe the bottom with this flat piece. But yeah, looks like just a piece of mist. Nothing really that you can make out by itself. All right, now this portrait, you can tell right away who it is, that boy Doc Ock. I like the paint job too, and the sculpt too, with that kind of hair, how you can see it's the 2 layers, but it looks very dark around the hair at the bottom. That wide face with the grin, sinister look, pun intended, for Doc Ock of the Sinister Six. And now, of course, Spider-Man popping out so vibrant out the box. Quarter scale Spidey. He is all entirely one piece except for his right hand. Man, the colors just pop right away when I look at it. Then the detail, right away I just think Mark Bagley, the big bugged out eyes, the costume with the web coming from the mask down the chest and the arms, the muscle definition, lean, muscular, like Spider-Man should be. I'm excited to assemble it. Let's see what's on the bottom layer. I'm assuming the base. All right, on to layer 2, and it's actually a much larger wave than I thought it was going to be. Let's start here on the bottom left, though. We have Electro's portrait with his left hand connected by electricity. Love that big finned out electric mask that he wears. But look at the sculpt on the face too, with that kind of snarling look. Great job. It's not a deadpan face. It's got emotion. It's got a sinister look to it, as it should. And wow, look at the back, how it's, you can see like the, I don't know if it's electricity or veins, or if it's meant to look like both, but very cool. We have one of Doc Ock's tentacles, so very cool. You can see where it connects with a white peg. That open arm ready to clamp down. Next one is another Doc Ock tentacle. It gives me like, it really feels alive. It reminds me more of Poison Ivy, like vines that she would have moving on her behalf, but it's metallic arms. Yet it has such a symbiotic relationship. All right, anyway. All right, so is this the base? Sure is. You gotta love the plaque on the back. That classic red and blue with the skyline in the background. New York City, number 13 out of 1250. And then as you look at it, yeah, you get the top of one of these buildings. You have the brick. You have the sculpture going up to the ledge. The top of the ledge is all cracked and weathered. It's very old. It's got Spider-Man in distress who will be standing on top of it with an illusion of the Sinister Six. But very cool brick building, some browns and reds. And then let's get on to the swoosh itself. Yeah, this is crazy. This humongous heavy wave. This is the reason why this statue was so heavy. But man, those purples and greens, you got Sandman, Vulture, Mysterio. And what I'm thinking on the top of that wave is Doc Ock. Yeah, with that leotard look. Wow, extremely cool. Let's see what's on the other side. Kind of just some more detail and hair and mist and fog and all that. There's the white keyhole. All right, so let's get these out of the box and start the assembly. All right, that is sitting in there nice. So we've got that wave. I guess we should connect. So this is actually Sandman's arm. That makes a lot more sense. So that just clicks in right there, and you can see it's the sand going into the side of the building. All right, so let's start getting the Sinister Six placed here. So yeah, Kraven the Hunter. A lot more recognizable with his traditional see my vest, see my vest. All right, so then we got Kraven's hand in a villainous pose. And then onto Electro with the double key magnet combo. So there's a little bit of play there with the electricity going to the hand, so you can kind of like maneuver that a little bit. This big hand actually makes a lot of sense when you see that it belongs to Mysterio, and it's him stretching out very much a big part of the wave, actually. So that is in there. Then let's get Doc Ock. The first thing you want to do is this fist that is up underneath here. And then we can start getting those tentacles on. So he's got the white key swooping around under his arm, and then you have the smaller orange one, green at the top. And then lastly, we have Doc Ock's beautiful portrait. Boom, so there we go. All that we have left now is Spidey, so it's just a black peg or key with a peg sticking out. So we're gonna swoop his left leg up underneath there, and that will magnetize as well as get him into place. And then lastly, we've got Spider-Man's right hand. And there we have it. Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six. A very unique and artistic statue. It's no longer just Spider-Man doing a handstand or sitting on the side of a building. Now you have this very artistic representation created into a 3D statue. Love the purple on the inside of the wave, then the green on the outside. I mean, that's traditional villain colors, man. We're talking original comic years, green and purple versus the red and blue hero. My favorite, y'all, and one of my favorite artists' depictions being Mark Bagley. The only thing I could really see enhancing this would have been some type of spider sense kind of thing going off. But there's just this one version of the piece. We saw the edition size of 1250. This was sculpted by Ryan Peterson, another Ian McDonald design. Casey Love on the master paint. And this one retails $740. But you do get more than just Spider-Man with this Sinister Six wave here. So Sandman on the back. You've got Vulture, Mysterio, Kraven, Electro, Doc Ock. And I like how the Mysterio mist is really all kind of originating from his cracked helmet. Let's take some dimensions on this. All right, so Doc Ock's bulbous head is going to be the highest point here. About 20, just shy of 21 inches tall. Total width, I'm going to say, is about, 13 inches, give or take. And the depth, about 12 and a half, almost 13 inches as well. Yeah, so I really do like the Spidey, the pose. He's got that scared, spider senses tingling, on alert, high key pose. You can see all the muscle definition under his costume. And again, I just like that kind of the contortions because he's very agile and his fingers are kind of gripping for the ground, ready to grab something from behind. got a very soft eggshell type of paint job on the eyes, and they have a slight fade to blue on the outside where you get those big, bold black outlines for the spider eyes. And then you got to look at the villains. So it's very interesting to see this statue, but it's not in the regular proportion of a human being. They're warped. If you look at Sandman, he's warped. He's being stretched and carried through this mist. The Vulture's behind him. You see a little bit of the wing, and I can see that's kind of like a space saver. They didn't want to make this long wing of the Vulture, but you get enough to know that it's him, that bald head, pointy nose. Then, of course, we mentioned Mysterio behind him. I like how you see the gauntlet reaching out where we keyed the hand in. Again, the coolest feature being that broken helmet with the mist coming out. You can see his cape, the costume underneath it, and then next to him is Kraven the Hunter. And I gotta be honest, at first, he was looking like Ra's al Ghul to me. Well, we need a Ra's al Ghul premium format, right? But I was like, nah, this has got to be Kraven. They wouldn't do Vulture with a head of hair like that. So yeah, Kraven the Hunter is even more noticeable with the lion vest, as you can see here on the back, swooshing over to the main portion. Electro on front, we already talked about it with the unboxing. He's got that snarl, that sinister smirk on his face. He looks evil. A nice touch with the two-piece hand and the electric connecting it. And then Doc Ock. Man, arguably his most deadliest foe. People will say, what, Doc Ock, Green Goblin? Not really Venom. I love Venom, though. Anyway, with the two arms protruding out of his back, he's got his right hand clutched. He's got that crazy circle neck top, crop top thing he wears. The traditional, what do you call that? Bowl cut hairdo. Kind of bugged out eyes where it doesn't really look like it's his goggles, but it doesn't look like it's his eyes either. Very cool. And he's got a very sinister grin as well. Yeah, the more that I look at it and really take in everything in the diorama, I really start to appreciate it more. You got the building, so you get the brick, the concrete, but then the colorful costume of Spider-Man, the colorful purple and green villains. Let me know what you think about these Spider-Man and the Sinister Six. Premium format by Sideshow. Basically a quarter scale diorama. We're going to unbox the Fastball Special Colossus with Wolverine. Quarter scale. This has got to be the first quarter scale diorama that I've done an unboxing for from Sideshow. So that's going to be coming up next. Shoot me your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching and stay minty fresh. Peace.